excuse. Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
No, you do not.
Okay.
But no one does. It's Roy, also. Roy Stripes. What did I ask? It was respectfully said, so.
Just one name.
So, thank you for leading this meeting and allowing people to speak. This earlier, a woman said she also had never spoken here. She's a businesswoman, and she said some unflattering things about the behavior of the chamber. I too this is my first time to speak as well. Until 2 years ago, I had not been politically active. I had opinions, and the last 2 years have really sort of roused me. I'm very disturbed by dismayed actually by what I see at the national level, but also at the state level. I've been paying attention, trying to pay attention, learning a lot. I've learned a lot this evening. One of the things I thought I learned in the last year or so was the importance of the discharge petition. I am here specifically to support that. The other things that I heard are part of the rules changes, they're very important as well. I don't feel informed about them. I feel like I heard many good things said. Actually, some of you have asked some very good questions that speak of the problem of unintended consequences to rules changes, especially when they're a little complicated. What the discharge petition, though, strikes me as being rather simple and less obvious in terms of. It seems to me that it ought to be easy to implement that rule and have it have no unintended consequences except that of bringing things to the floor for a vote. So in terms of doing a little research, I decided to listen to what Chairman Mattiello said on January the 2nd. He said rules need to be fair, promote collaboration, be inclusive to all, but need a screening process so bad ideas don't go through. That's absolutely true. Anybody could have said that. How can you disagree with that? The problem is good ideas don't go through either, and that's what needs to be fixed if there is a way to do it. And I think change the rule, what was proposed for the discharge petition, I think will go some way towards solving that problem. It won't go all the way. I know Representative McNamara would disagree with that. I think he would.
What is that again? What? I repeat that?
I think you did not support Mr. West's proposal.
No.
Maybe I misunderstood.
I differed with Mr. West, just to clarify, in that Mr. West did not care if the petition went into an office or in some dark corner of the Statehouse. I specifically said and stated that any petition, and I believe all bills, should be signed in public in the House chamber. The reason being, it's very easy, I believe, and more intimidating to strong arm a representative in a small room with 2 or 3 people standing over them. That is intimidation. So on the floor, I don't have a problem. In an office or a corridor, that's where I disagreed with Mr. West. He said that was all right. I don't agree with that.
Well, I guess I don't agree with you. But I do agree with Mr. West. That would be my testimony, and of course that is what we should do. Mr. West said he didn't care where the discharge petition was signed, and I don't care either. Some other people do. Whatever makes it impossible to get a good bill that is stuck in committee out for a vote to the entire chamber is a good thing. If we do not trust the entire chamber to vote the right way on good bills, then we're not trusting the people of Rhode Island. We're not trusting their elected representatives. So, one last thing I would like to say, partly humor, is one thing I learned is that even Republicans support reform, and I'm very pleased to see you.
Been doing it for 20 years.
Any questions? The only comment I would like to make is when you said earlier before the discussion and dialogue with Chairman McNamara, when you said sometimes good ideas don't pass either. One person's good idea is another person's bad idea. And that's what we have to grapple with every day, every week, every month while we are here. one person's good idea is another person's bad idea.
Of course, that's why the discharge petition has 38 signatures on it. So it's not one person, it's a group.
You have to understand that piece of legislation, again, as I said earlier, goes through a myriad of changes. Sometimes what you're putting your name to does not necessarily mean what's going to come out.
Then let the amendments happen on the floor of the House. Let the state as a whole decide.
Then of what use is the committee process?
The committee has bottled it up. If it has bottled it up, is not processing it anyway. If it's going to stay in that chamber, in that committee, and not be discussed, then let it go to the chamber as a whole. I am not
I think we're going to agree to disagree with regard to the process.
Okay, I'm not a representative, but I do urge.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's been my
Any
wife.
other questions?
My wife didn't like it.
Thank you. Thank you for your.